Hi, this is Kim and welcome to my channel for everything lifestyle, life advice, and health and wellness. If you haven't already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about when I was diagnosed with PCOS. And PCOS stands for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. And basically it means it's a hormone imbalance. Some of the symptoms of PCOS include weight gain, acne, irregular periods, infertility, and hair thinning. PCOS also makes you more susceptible to things like diabetes, heart disease, and uterine cancer. So finding out a way to heal PCOS is very important. I was diagnosed with PCOS back in 2015, but some of the symptoms were present like long years before I was actually diagnosed. And one of the symptoms I noticed first was weight gain. So to give you a little backstory, when I was in high school, I went on a slim fast diet. I wasn't all that overweight in high school, but I had some extra weight that I wanted to get rid of. So on that diet, I was able to get down to about 115 pounds. So after high school, I decided to become vegetarian. And throughout most of my college years, I was vegetarian and never had any issues with my weight. My weight settled at about 125 pounds and stayed there for about 4 years. And although I never had issues with my weight, I did have a few issues with my skin, with some breakouts and things like that, but I thought it was normal. So around the time I was getting ready to graduate, which was the year of 2007, there were a few things that changed in my life. First, I was under a lot more stress than usual. Second, I started eating meat again. And third, I went on birth control. And after all that happened, I started to notice that I started to gain weight. At first, it was only like 5 pounds. So I didn't really pay much attention to it because I thought, I would lose it. But it turned out I didn't lose it and I kept on gaining weight. And then the next year, I gained more weight and noticed my clothes were becoming tighter and I had more weight around my waist. So the weight gain continued more and more each year. And I tried a few things to try to combat the weight gain. Like, for example, I went to a nutritionist, I joined a gym, and I changed my diet in different ways, but nothing really seemed to make a big difference. So from the year 2007 to 2015, when I was diagnosed, I went from 125 pounds to 188 pounds, which I'm only 5'2", so that's a lot of extra weight to be carrying around on a short frame. And it almost got to the point where I was going to just give up on trying to lose weight and just accept my weight for what it was because I was tired of trying so hard to lose weight. So a few months before I got diagnosed with PCOS, I started to feel dizzy very often. And that's something that has never been a problem for me. So I decided to go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor to see what was going on. But they couldn't really pinpoint what the issue was coming from. But they did suggest that I should go get my thyroid checked because they've heard that dizziness can be associated with a thyroid issue, which is something I've never heard of, but I figured why not get it checked just to make sure. So I went to go see an endocrinologist, which is a doctor that specializes in hormones. And I told her everything that was going on and that my last doctor thought I might have a thyroid issue. So she did a full exam and asked me a few questions. And then after that, she said she doesn't think I have a thyroid issue. She thinks I have PCOS. And in my mind, I was like, what? Because that was the last thing that I thought she would say. I was thinking I had a thyroid issue. And I forgot to mention that about 6 months before I was diagnosed, I went off of birth control because I thought that might be the reason why I was gaining so much weight. And when I did that, my periods became very irregular. I was skipping periods, and then when I did have a period, it would last about 2 weeks. So that was another reason why the endocrinologist thought I had PCOS as well. So the doctor told me that she was going to do some blood tests just to make sure that I did have PCOS. And when the blood test came back, it confirmed that I did. Because I had weight gain, the doctor said I have PCOS with insulin resistance, which puts me at a higher risk of getting diabetes. Because of that, the doctor decided to put me on metformin to reduce my risk of getting diabetes. She also told me that I should probably get back on birth control as well to regulate my periods. At first, I really didn't want to get back on birth control because of all of the negative side effects. But eventually, I had to get back on because the irregularity of my periods were not getting better. Also, I started to get cystic acne around my chin area, which was very painful and annoying. So I decided to go to a dermatologist to see what can be done about this issue. And she put me on a acne medication called spironolactone. And a lot of women with PCOS actually use this medication to help their skin. And it actually does work. It really helped my acne, and I didn't have any more breakouts. So altogether, I was on 3 medications: metformin, the birth control, and the acne medication. And I'm the kind of person that does not like taking medication at all because of all of the side effects, and you don't really know what effect it's having on your body in the long run. So in 2019, I decided to go off of all of my medication with the help of a natural doctor. I'm going to try to do a video on how I went off of birth control and still had regular periods afterwards. So stay tuned for that. So currently I'm working on getting my PCOS in check. And soon I'll be meeting with a naturopathic doctor that will help me with that. I will do another video on my experience working with that naturopathic doctor. And also I will provide some updates along my journey as I'm trying to heal my body naturally. My advice to you is, if any of these symptoms sound familiar, make sure you check with your doctor to make sure PCOS is not an issue for you. And if PCOS is something that you don't have, but you still have these symptoms, make sure you don't give up trying to figure out what the issue is. So please make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the updates I will be providing along the way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.